After almost 1 year since announcing fresh elections, the Musicians Union of Ghana, MUSIGA, is yet to organize one. MUSIGA, on October 17, 2018, set June 28 this year for its national elections. Regional elections will follow 1 week after. For the MUSIGA presidency, two musicians, Bessie Simons, who has served as national vice president for the 8 years, is going against Rascaleb Apia Levi, who is the current president of the Greater Accra region. Gospel artist Harry Thomas Yosen and CEO of Links Entertainment Richard Kakari Mensah will contest for the first vice president position. The second vice presidential slot is being contested by gospel artist Deborah Freeman and Ruth Benny Wood, known in showbiz circles as Abena Ruthie. Sylvia Posompema Mponsa and Samuel Kofi Ajiman are in the race for the General Secretary. Gifty Ganza is vying for National Welfare Officer, with Reverend Edward Edusa Eyison eyeing the National Treasurer position. Chizi Ni Aduwela is standing for the position of National Organizer. But all that won't happen as scheduled until allegations of bloated voters register and claims that some candidates are forcibly registering people to get them to vote for them, among others, were cleared.
There is something that making MUSIGA so attractive to the extent that, people are trying to use underhand methods to win.
So if you want the general public to know that everything is working well for you guys, just accept it.
I never knew in our music industry too, elections, register can be bloated.
MUSIGA's national executives appointed a 5-member committee chaired by High Life musician Smart Nkansa to supervise the elections. A statement postponing the elections read in part, the decision is based on the feedback the committee has received from the initial release of the voters register for the elections.
I saw this coming, KMJ. I realized this would happen when most of the MUSIGA members started raising concerns, especially from the central region and the Shanti region. There had been concerns that some members or some people who were not MUSIGA members had gone to register, and so people didn't really like the idea of the election coming off at that particular day, which was the 26th of June. So I wasn't surprised that it was postponed to 10th, and then on the 10th we were waiting for the elections to have been held, when we also heard that they had been postponed again to 17th.
The Electoral Commission, which was to supervise the elections, is carrying out the limited registration of voters for the 2020 national elections. The statement generated controversy as many people, including some candidates, believed that there were serious internal issues which led to the postponement other than what was stated.
Yeah, one may wonder why there's so much controversy when it comes to MUSIGA, simply because, we know it's an association that is not doing well. But when you talk to those who know, they will tell you that it is an engine to make money if you are smart. And the likes of Obo has definitely shown us that you can turn an association into an event organizing company, raise funds, and how the funds are distributed, you and I do not know, because we are not part of management. So clearly, there is something that making MUSIGA so attractive to the extent that, people are trying to use underhand methods to win.
A beatmaker who tweets with the handle Pure Thoughts on Twitter posted this on 29th June 2019. The MUSIGA election was postponed because the EC found candidates paying for members' renewal dues to get them on the register. Why isn't this headline news? Artists and musicians, you people that sleep for wolves and hyenas to take over your affairs. The ShowBiz Now team on Joy Prime engaged the user of that handle on phone to find out why he tweeted that. He sounded very convincing of the allegations against MUSIGA, so we decided to make some calls to the EC to find out what exactly the issues were. A check at the Electoral Commission revealed that the main EC body is not in charge of the MUSIGA elections. Rather, there's a special team which handles such election. The team also placed a phone call to Bessie Simon, a presidential aspirant, and he denied the allegations. The spokesperson of the committee, Trigmatic, also denied the claims in a phone conversation with KMJ. Rascaleb Apia Levi, a MUSIGA presidential aspirant, had sought to place an injunction on the elections. He stated in a statement that he is not happy about how election issues are handled by the committee. According to him, As an aspirant, I have been watching the election process with keen interest and have come to the conclusion that there are a lot of breaches in the electoral system, especially from the roadmap to the current situation of the voters list. He added that he does not believe in the credibility of the current voters register that has been published. But the union again, under the signatory of the election committee chairman, Martin Kansa, will release another statement on the postponement of the elections, stating the same excuse it has been using and ignoring the major factor of not credible and bloated voters register leveled against it. Meanwhile, the elections has been rescheduled again.
Now, the injunction issue is another big one that we should be looking at. I've spoken to Daddy Boss, who is communication director of MUSIGA. I've heard Ras Caleb Apia, who is aspiring to be the president for MUSIGA. He's also spoken to this issue and has explained why the injunction thing came about. And according to him, he realized that there were some problems with the register. He needed to clean up the register. He's seeking that they do a new register which would represent what truly the situation is on the ground. And so he is going to court. He's gone to court already. He served them the writ of summons. Bosco says he received the writ of summons on the Tuesday, which was the 9th. That was when, after he had already sent out information that he had postponed the elections to 17th.
MUSIGA, I think that we will have to really look into it again in terms of areas when it comes to registration of members, how people are registered, what is the voters register, I mean coming in and all that. It was amazing when I in particular found out about 2 press releases coming from the election committee, giving us 2 different reasons. One got to do with, on one breath they say some of the contestants have shown certain interest in the election. They think that things are not going well. Then they come out to come and tell us that the EC is also saying that they're having their registration, those registration that they're doing. For that matter, they will not be able to give us the people that we need to come and sit and run the election for us. For me, that is a problem when it comes to Martin Kansa and his team as an election committee.
The union said in a statement that the main reason for the second postponement is to enable the Electoral Commission to complete its operational and administrative work on the just ended limited voter registration exercise.
Since the days of Mr. Hansen, we all know elections are not fair. So no matter what, there will be some rigging somewhere. So the election committee should just do their best by organizing it. Let the industry players, the musicians come together, set a particular date. No matter what any candidate will say, irrespective of what they want, let's just organize it. Let's declare the winner. Because after all, when Mr. Caleb Apia comes, we wouldn't be satisfied with whatever he will do. When Mr. Simon also comes, definitely the industry will complain. So no matter what it is, let's just pick one out. Then let's see what they also have to offer the industry.
The MUSIGA elections must happen. At least it is the only legitimate way to find a successor to the current leadership, which reign many industry players believe could have been better after 8 years. But as it stands now, things seem to be falling apart and the center cannot hold. A man who calls his kinsmen to a feast does not do so to save them from starving. They all have food in their own homes. When we gather together in the Moonlight Village ground, it is not because of the moon. Every man can see it in his own compound. We come together because it is good for kinsmen to do so. Chinio Achibe, things fall apart.